I'm Dan Fitzpatrick at stockmarketmentor.com, and it is Wednesday, February 17th. Look, every day we do the same thing if we're hardcore traders. We turn on CNBC, we see the opening bell, my gosh, we see Squawk Box, Fast Money, Mad Money, Power Lunch, you name it. There's like a boatload of stocks on there. And what I'm doing in this series of videos is I'm narrowing it down to 3 that I think you need to be focused on. Today we're going to be looking at Tesla, SolarCity, and then at Apple. First of all, Tesla. Look, this stock was up big today. The big reason was because SolarCity, which is basically owned by Elon Musk, he owns a boatload of shares, we'll get to that in a minute, chose Tesla to provide batteries to enable SolarCity's equipment to provide solar energy at night. You know, rechargeable batteries during the day, spit out the energy at night. So that was like a big win for Tesla. Okay, 2 things. Well, maybe more than 2. We'll see. First of all, the stock really accelerated today. Yesterday, I was looking at this, and I think I probably even mentioned in our Stock Market Mentor strategy session that it's a little wedgy here, a little bearish wedgy here, where the stock had been oversold and higher intraday highs, higher intraday lows, but they're kind of converging, and that's typically something that leads to the downside. Okay, well, that was yesterday. Now we look at this today, and that pattern's essentially been broken. Volume is actually heavier today than it was yesterday. I'm not really going to say this is a short squeeze per se. I mean, there's a fairly decent short interest on the stock. You can see here it's about 7.5 days to cover. But what's really, I think, happening here is the company reported good guidance in its last earnings. They lost a boatload of money, but what else is new? It's Tesla. That's what they do, is lose money. But the stock was deeply oversold, and I think, frankly, it just caught a lot of people leaning the wrong way. So you've got kind of a natural bid for the stock just because of the deeply oversold level, 140 support. Oh my gosh, it can't go up. Well, it's going up again. So we're getting this snapback rally. This is a technical thing. Today, this news, to be perfectly blunt, I don't really think it's going to amount to much. I think a lot of this is already priced in to the stock. This deal with SolarCity, guys, this is a damn car company, okay? I know it's electric. I know they make batteries. It's not a battery company. It's a car company. So ultimately, this shelf life on this headline is going to be probably not too long. But enjoy this while it lasts. Right now, and it did kind of catch me off guard here. Right now, I would look at about 180 as a price target on this. If it starts to hit that level, then the oversold stuff is kind of done. So you want to start using some pretty tight stops. And by the way, that's really how you trade this market, is with tight stops. It's super volatile. Embrace the horror. That's what it is. So just trade it with some tight stops. You're never going to catch it all, but you stay on the right side of the trend, and then just prepare to be wrong by moving your stops up along with the price. And when you're taken out, you're taken out. Okay, SolarCity. This thing popped. The news that I found was because Elon Musk bought a bunch of shares, but lo and behold, he bought them at higher prices, anywhere from 40 down to 25. So it hadn't really worked out too well for Elon, but being the billionaire that he is, I don't really think he's losing any sleep. But I'm looking at this stock now, and I think that it's a buy. This is a zigzaggy pattern, very oversold here at 17, or at on the weekly chart, like down at 17 bucks. But at Stock Market Mentor, at Option Market Mentor, we actually got a covered call trade going on this, where we bought the stock and then we sold a call against that. Gives us a lower cost basis, about 18.5 bucks, something like that. So I think that trade's going to work out okay. But the way this traded in the afternoon, let's look at the 15-minute chart. You'd see it was up, into the early afternoon, and then just kind of tailed off. The uptrend is still intact. I don't think this sell-off right at the end of the day is a real big deal, but I think it is a deal. It's a deal that you want to watch. Buy this on any weakness. If you're long the stock and nervous, you know what? sell it into any strength. Seriously, it's that kind of market. Okay, Apple, I've been mentioning the last few days that I think this is a buy. I don't like to call tops and bottoms. Tops are actually much easier to call on a stock like this, where you see a triple top. Bottoms are more problematic, at least right now, because I don't think this is one. You look at the weekly chart. Okay, this just looks like a little slide. But on a short-term basis, I think 90, 92, 93 bucks is a good support level. I think you can be long the stock. You can be buying it here. The big news, and by the way, you buy it here, you got about a 10% stop, a little under 90 bucks. If the stock falls that far, it's probably going to move lower. And that's just the way you trade Apple. The big news today is that the government's asking Apple to unlock that iPhone, or that jihadi John jerk and his wonderful girlfriend who shot all those people in San Bernardino. That is a real complex issue. I'm digressing here a little bit, but that's what I do. My second favorite job, other than the one that I have here, was suing the federal government for Pacific Legal Foundation. So I'm really against government coercion of private businesses. All I will say on that is this is it's kind of a close call. It's problematic for a lot of different reasons, one of which is that what the government's basically doing is trying to turn in some Apple employees, no other way to say it, like into slaves, into employees, because they're forcing them to do something that they don't want to do. That's one argument. There's national security issues. There's a boatload of issues in that whole deal. And so all I'm saying is it is a tough call, tough situation. We'll see how that plays out. I don't think presidential candidates should be talking about it, though. Since I'm not a presidential candidate, I can talk about it. But there's a lot of stuff going on in the media about, oh, they should do this, they should do that. I'm just saying this, frankly, I know a lot about the Constitution. I know a lot about this type of thing. And I'm telling you, this is a little bit of a head scratcher. It's nothing that has been, that's been faced before. So let's just leave that out of it, which I can do because I'm the one that raised the issue to begin with, and just trade Apple. Look at about 92, 93 bucks as support. If the stock falls down below 90, ditch this thing and figure it out with another stock. Okay, that's it for this 3 stocks video. I'll see you next time.